the clear blue of the western sky comes Sky King, brought to you by Nabisco, National Biscuit Company. And as we say here in the West, reach, partner, reach for Nabisco. Reach for Nabisco. The bright red seal on the package end means there's mighty good cookies inside, my friend. Yep, that red Nabisco seal is on all your favorite cookies. Creamy chocolatey Oreo cream sandwich, rich different Swiss cream sandwich, yummy Fig Newtons, crispy sweet Nabisco sugar wafers, and many, many others. So just remember, when it comes to cookies, reach for Nabisco, Nabisco. And now, Sky King.
Fasten your safety belt. Looks like we're heading into a storm.
Can't we fly above it?
Nope.
Can't we fly around it?
Nope. Looks like it's closing in from all sides.
Why don't we turn back?
We'll be through it in no time.
I hope. The sky is kind of scary. It's like night. Just broad daylight a few seconds ago.
It's one of those sudden storms you run into.
What do we do?
Just what we've been doing. No need to be frightened, young lady. You can rely on the songbird.
I will.
Relax now, Penny. We're coming out of it. See what a difference a few minutes and a few miles can make? Broad daylight again.
Thank goodness.
We'll be landing in Grover in just...
Grover? Why aren't we going straight home?
We've been gone for nearly a week. We'll need to pick up some groceries. Besides, I left the station wagon there for a tune-up.
I'll be glad to drive it home.
We'll both drive it home, Penny. I ordered some things for the Songbird at the Grover Airport. We'll leave it there overnight.
It'll sure be good to get home.
Well, let's see. Bacon, eggs, butter, cereal, bread, milk, cookies. Guess we got everything, huh?
Oh, I don't know. We might stop by Carter's jewelry store and pick up a few diamonds. And... Hey, you know I don't have the most fascinating...
Hold it, Penny. Look up there.
What's the idea?
Are you all right?
I guess so. It's all my own fault. I should have looked where I was going.
It wasn't your fault. And it wasn't an accident.
I'll take that. It's my compact. It must have dropped from my bag when he grabbed me.
Well, I wasn't intending to keep it.
Of course not. It's just the compact is a gift from an old friend, and You know, I don't believe I've shown my deep appreciation yet.
That isn't necessary, Miss...
Blaine. Gloria Blaine.
How do you do?
And I disagree with you. It's very necessary. In fact, I won't feel right until I... There. Now I feel better.
So does he.
Miss Blaine, my car is parked right here. Could I give you a lift?
Why, that's very kind of you. I'm stopping at the Grover house.
I go right by the front door on the way to the ranch.
You know, I don't believe I've shown my deep appreciation. How mushy can you get?
Okay. Just because a lady takes a fancy to me and I give her a lift to her hotel...
You never thought about me standing there holding all the groceries. To me, it's very peculiar that your friend, Miss Blaine, called her espresso camera a compact. Very peculiar.
So you noticed that too, huh?
And unless I miss my guess, it's the same type of camera the spies used during the war.
Oh, come on, Penny. What are you trying to do, make a cloak and dagger thing out of this?
At least you can wipe off the lipstick before the boys at the ranch see you. Where'd you get that?
Oh, I don't know. Sky King calling the sheriff's office. Sky King calling the sheriff's office. Come in, please.
Mitch here, Sky. What's up?
Mitch, would you please check on a Miss Gloria Blaine that's staying at the Grover house? We have a very valuable camera that belongs to her.
You bet, Sky. I'll check on her right away and call you back. Sheriff out.
Okay.
I still can't figure it.
Maybe Mitch can.
So I guess it's just sit back and see what develops.
That's it.
What's it?
Why didn't I think of it right away?
Think of what?
This.
Sheriff calling Sky King. Sheriff calling Sky King. Come in, please.
Sky King here, Mitch. Come in.
Got some bad news for you, Sky. Gloria Blaine has disappeared from the Grover house under very peculiar circumstances. Her room has been ransacked.
Do you have any leads?
Not much, but we're working on it.
Okay, Mitch. Keep me informed. Flying Crown out. This is what they were searching for in Miss Blaine's room. That's how it got in my pocket. She put it there, knowing it wouldn't be safe with her.
How long will it take?
About another 60 seconds. Then we may have the answer to all our questions.
You mean like, number one, why she slipped that camera into your pocket? And number two, what she's doing here in Grover? And number three, why that man tried to drop a sandbag on her? And number four...
Wait a minute, young lady. One thing at a time. Let's see what's on the film first. You know, there is a possibility there'll be no pictures at all on this.
Oh. Say, they're developed.
Sure.
What's on it, Uncle Sky?
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty hard to see.
Oh, gosh, the film's so small, I can't make out anything.
Well, I can see a little bit. From what I can see, I think I better enlarge these.
Boy, what a letdown. Here I was expecting a... Well, I don't know what I was expecting, but it sure wasn't a broken-down house and a postage stamp.
Here, take a look at this last one. Maybe you'll feel differently.
Hey, it's the songbird.
I thought you'd be interested.
Well, how did Miss Blaine get a picture of the...
Wait a minute. I've seen this stamp before. Do you remember seeing Mrs. Van Camp's collection?
Her stamp collection? Well, I've heard about it. I guess everybody in Grover has, but I've never seen it.
Well, there's no time like the present.
All right. But remember, I promised Sue Barker I'd be in Ellenville by 5.
Well, that's all right. I have an appointment at the sheriff's office then, too. I'll drive you over after we see Mrs. Van Camp. I could be wrong. But there's one sure way to find out.
it is, Mr. King. My treasured Cape of Good Hope triangle. Right where it's been for the past 50 years.
I had seen it here before, Mrs. Van Camp.
You mean it's been in this case for 50 years?
And will be for 50 more, I'm pleased to say. Mr. Des Moines, the famous stamp expert, and I were arranging for that just before you arrived. When I'm gone, my house and this entire collection will become a public museum.
I trust that's in the far distant future, Mrs. Van Camp. Right now, my main concern is to determine whether your triangle and the stamp and the snapshot are one and the same.
Well, if anyone can answer that, Mr. Des Moines can. There isn't a more qualified expert in the state.
Oh, bless my soul, Liddy. I hope I can live up to such praise. I really do. The stamp in this photograph bears a remarkable likeness to the triangle, a remarkable likeness. And yet...
And yet, they're not one and the same?
Oh, they can't possibly be.
Why not?
As you see, the triangle is mounted with other Cape of Good Hope stamps, while the stamp on this photograph is mounted alone.
So?
So it couldn't possibly be the triangle that was photographed. As Mrs. Van Camp has pointed out, it's been in this case for the past 50 years.
Well, if it couldn't be the triangle, what could it be?
Could the stamp be a counterfeit?
Counterfeit? Now, who would want to forge a penny postage stamp?
Bless my soul, my dear. I'm afraid the triangle's worth a bit more than that.
Just about $5,000 worth more, Penny.
$5,000?
And the triangle's far from the most valuable stamp in this room. Why, this collection is worth close to $1 million. But as to forgery, I'm afraid that can't be either.
Oh?
You see, this stamp was made by plates composed of stereotypes mounted on wood. They were called wood blocks. Only one man, Andre Rommel, could have forged so perfect a duplicate.
Andre Rommel?
Yes, and as you know, he was killed in that car accident 3 years ago.
So that puts us right back where we started. Oh, Sky, I hate to rush you, but, oh, gosh, I've got to get to Ellenville.
Okay, Penny, we're all through here anyway.
Ellenville? I'm driving back there now. I'd be happy to give you a lift.
Oh, thank you. I sure would appreciate it.
So would I. I have an appointment on the other side of town.
Huh?
Gosh, Mr. Des Moines, I still can't get over it. One little postage stamp worth $5,000. I always thought stamp collecting was for children.
Children? True. Some boys and girls have come up with stamps worth thousands of dollars. Just chance discoveries, too. Oh, bless my soul, my dear. Some of our most prominent people, even world leaders, have been philatelists, stamp collectors. Their collections are worth millions of dollars. They've made fortunes with them.
They have?
Indeed, they have. Take the former King of England, for example. He had a truly fabulous collection. Not to mention one of our more recent presidents. As a matter of fact...
That house.
What?
That farmhouse over there. See it?
Yes, I see it. What about it?
It's the same one that was in the snapshot.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, stop the car, Mr. Des Moines. I'm getting out here.
But I don't understand.
Of course you don't, because you didn't see the snapshots. I don't have time to explain. Thanks for the lift, Mr. Des Moines. Oh, say, when you get to Ellenville, could you do me a favor? Call my Uncle Sky at the sheriff's office in Grover and ask him to meet me here right away, okay?
Very well, I'll call Mr. King. But I still don't think I should leave you here.
Oh, Sky doesn't mind as long as he knows where I am. Thanks, Mr. Des Moines. Bye.
You see, ma chérie, how unnecessary it is for you to antagonize me. So why don't you be sensible and tell us where you put your camera? You'll save yourself a lot of trouble.
You'll never get away with this, Rommel.
No.
And I'll never tell you where I've hidden my camera.
Well, I've had an alert out covering all the roads, trains, bus terminals, and the airport. Are you sure there is a Gloria Bain?
Oh, Mitch.
I'm only kidding, Scott. But you'll have to admit
I'll
that...
admit only one thing. We seem to be getting no place fast. Here. Here, do you recognize that?
Why, sure. That's the old Bailey farmhouse, a couple of miles out of Ellenville.
I'm sure these snapshots contain the key to Gloria Blaine's disappearance, and maybe a whole lot more. Come on out to the ranch tonight. As Penny says, we'll see what develops.
Okay, Sky.
So, that's the whole story. When an expert stamp forgery turned up last year, it led me to believe that Andre Ramel was still alive, in spite of all the evidence to the contrary. So I convinced my magazine to give me the assignment. I've been searching for the facts ever since. Trail finally led me here to Ellenville and this house. I was right on the point of making a complete camera record when they returned unexpectedly, and I had to run for it. Well, you know the rest.
But why would this Andre Ramel pretend to be dead if he were still alive?
Because for 3 years he's been involved in a conspiracy to swindle Lydia Van Camp out of $1 million in stamps.
Lydia Van Camp?
For 3 years, Andre Ramel has buried himself in that room next door, engraving, as only he can, perfect reproductions of 4,000 of the most valuable stamps in the Van Camp collection.
But Mrs. Van Camp is leaving her collection to Grover.
Penny. She'll be leaving nothing but worthless forgeries. All last week they've been substituting Ramel's phonies for the genuine. And his copying is so perfect. It may take months, even years, before they discover the switch. Oh, that's why I'm so sorry I got you into this.
Oh, gee. Don't worry about that. Sky'll get us out of this.
Sky will? How?
By coming out here to meet me. I asked Mr. Des Moines to phone him.
You ask who?
Mr. Des Moines. You know, he's the stamp...
Penny. Penny, Mr. Des Moines.
Mm-hmm.
He's the ringleader of this whole conspiracy.
He's the...
The ringleader, my dear. Just as she said. I tried to stop you from coming here, but you had to snoop. And as for Sky King getting you out of this, I don't think he will. You see, I have a very poor memory. I forgot to make that phone call.
Evening, Sky.
Hi, Mitch. I think I have something interesting to show you. Sit down. I had you come out here to take a look at this particular slide. What do you see?
What do I see? Well, it's a songbird, of course.
Oh, you do?
What do you mean?
Penny and I jumped to the same conclusion. Then I brought the slide out here to take a better look at it enlarged.
The Flying Crown.
That's right. Now, the crown on the songbird has 7 points. The crown on this plane has only 5.
Yeah.
That's not my plane, but an exact replica, except for that little detail.
Well, I'll be dogged. But why, Sky?
That's what I've been asking myself. Just suppose I wanted to do something outside the law that required flying. What would be the perfect cover-up?
Yeah. A strange plane in the area would attract a lot of attention. But the songbird? Sure.
Exactly. Now, you know that old Bailey place out there. You think that ground's level enough for a plane to take off and land?
Sky, you don't think that...
I don't think anything yet. It's just a hunch. But I do think you and I ought to take a ride out that way.
Here, I'll get it for you.
Thanks. Flying Crown Ranch. Oh, hello, Sue. How are you? Penny? Well, isn't she with you? Well, I don't know. Well, she should have been there hours ago. Well, I'll check and call you right back.
What's the matter?
I'll tell you. Hello, operator. Would you please get me the residence of Mr. Sylvan Des Moines in Ellenville? That's right. Yes, I'll hang on. Hello, is Mr. Des Moines there? Well, when do you expect him back? Oh, I see. Would you please tell him that Mr. Schuyler King called? And have him call me back as soon as he comes in? That's right. Thanks.
What is it, Sky?
Penny. She She had a date with Sue Barker in Ellenville hours ago. She didn't make it.
Where do you suppose she is?
I don't know. Let's check the road between here and Ellenville.
Good idea.
Hello. Oh, yeah. Just a minute.
For you, Des Moines. Your housekeeper.
Bless my soul, Mrs. Holly. I thought I told you never to call this number unless it was an emergency. Oh, I see. And just what did you tell Mr. Schuyler King? Uh-huh. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Holly. I'll take care of it. That settles it, Andre. Sky King somehow or other found out the girl never did get to Ellenville. We're clearing out of here tonight. Turk, you find Carlo and start loading that plane.
What are you doing? Sky taught me this. It works just like a radio amplifier. Shh. Now listen.
And what about our guests?
They're talking about us.
When the drug in their food puts them to sleep, we'll be out over water. And that's where our guests will be dropped off.
Penny, what is it? You were right. He'll stop at nothing. Nothing at all.
That's it, Sky. Just up ahead. Better pull off the road here.
Okay.
Cover me. You bet.
That's the last of the stuff, boss.
Turk, get the plane ready for takeoff. Carlo, Andre, and I will be right along with our female friends.
Looking for something, Mr. King?
Keep this up and I'll twist your arm off. All right, Turk, let's go.
I don't think you're going anywhere, Des Moines.
Sky!
Why, I wouldn't if I were you. Unless you want to join your friend back there.
Yeah, he made the mistake of leading with his monkey wrench. You're not going anywhere, Des Moines. Bless my soul, you're not. There you are, Mrs. Van Camp. I think that's the last replacement.
Mr. King, I just don't know how to thank you.
Don't try. Oh, Penny, I have a letter for you I've been carrying around all day.
Oh, thank you.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm starting on the road to my first million. I've decided to become a fatalist.
A what?
A fatalist.
philatelist.
You mean a philatelist, don't you?
Well, that's what I said. A stamp collector.
Tune in again next week. Remember, reach for Nabisco. Partner! Reach for Nabisco. The bright red seal on the package end means there's mighty good cookies inside, my friend.